Welcome to Down the Sideline. It's conference championship week. How you fellas doing?
What's up, man?
I've been better.
Kevin is still working. He's not with us in spirit. He actually, I guess he's been working a bunch. He actually don't have any picks for him.
Yeah, I'm not going to make picks for him. His picks last week weren't so good. You were 2 for 3. Me and Ope were 3 for 2, and Kev was 1 for 4.
The only one he got right was Oklahoma, right?
The only one he got right was Oklahoma.
All right, let's jump right into it. All right, if we go to the comments.
Yeah, to the comments.
Anyways, he says, what do you think would happen if North Carolina beats Clemson in the ACC championships? Does the both teams get left out at 12-1, or does North Carolina catapult them to the playoff spot, even with a loss to South Carolina? I'm assuming if that happens, the top 3 would be Alabama, Iowa, Michigan State, Oklahoma. Just an interesting scenario. Good luck, playoff committee. If North Carolina beats Clemson, North Carolina still is probably not going to be in the playoff, and I don't think that they should be, just because I don't think that they're better than some of the other one-loss teams.
I was going to ask you, do you want to discuss this? I thought we could discuss all the crazy scenarios.
I just wanted to stay on task and just try to answer the guy's question.
Ass.
No, I don't see North Carolina getting in.
I think North Carolina gets in if that happens.
Gosh, I hope not.
I mean, because Michigan and Iowa one of those two will for sure lose.
You're saying that, and it has to be, they have that rule that they're unequivocally better than whatever team, right? So they can take into account, just because they have one loss, that doesn't mean that North Carolina is better than a 2-loss Notre Dame, a 2-loss Florida State, a 2-loss TCU, a 2-loss Baylor, a 2-loss Oklahoma State, or even a 9-3 Oregon or Ole Miss. I don't see North Carolina beating any of those teams. And if they beat the number 1 team in the nation, neither one of them are going to get in, and we're going to see Ohio State or Michigan State get in there is what's going to happen.
Yeah, if Clemson loses, then Ohio State would probably be the 4th. You would see 2 Big Ten teams. I think it'd be, even with their signature win against the number 1 Clemson, they haven't played enough caliber teams to warrant being in the top 4. Top 6, yeah, I'll give them a top 6. That's cool. You can be on the outside looking in. Good luck next year. But even beating the number 1 team in the nation still does not warrant, to me, a top 4 ranking. I'm sorry.
You can't make the argument that Ohio State's played that quality of a schedule either then. Because you're going to say Ohio State gets in.
Yeah, if Clemson loses, Ohio State's going to get in.
But they haven't played as tough a schedule as North Carolina has. They really haven't.
Ohio State has got more in their conference. I mean, their schedule probably not as much, but their one loss is a better loss than North Carolina's, and their win over Michigan would put them, I would say, even with North Carolina's win over Clemson.
I mean, those aren't even close. I mean, Michigan may not even be ranked now after this week.
No, Michigan will still be ranked.
In the 20s, maybe.
They'll probably be 15 or 16.
With 3 losses?
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree. I think that the body of work that North Carolina would have would be greater than Ohio State's. Not only would they have beat the number 1 team in the nation, they would also be a conference champion, which Ohio State isn't.
Do you really want to see North Carolina in the college football playoffs, dude? Do you really want to go, yeah, man, let's hang out and watch that fucking game? And I'm not shitting on North Carolina or anybody that's a North Carolina fan.
It's just that if you have a team that has a 1 loss that wins a conference championship, that's got to mean something. They've set that precedent last year.
Let's just go to this week's games, and if we feel there's an upset, we'll just do it then, because there's not going to be any games that we're not going to talk about, being it's just the conference championship stuff.
Oh, so we're going to start off with the MAC, right?
Yeah, we can start off with the MAC. Let's get it. That's all yours, homie.
Bowling Green versus Northern Illinois. Yeah. All right, well, I want to go first, Northern Illinois and Bowling Green. I'm taking my Huskies just because I like that team. I think they've been in there a couple years in a row. They got some very fortunate luck with Toledo losing. Toledo's been a big force against them in the MAC. They kept it close against Ohio State, kept it close against Boston College, kept it close against Toledo, ended up losing that one, or winning that one. Lost to Ohio, so almost got knocked out, but Western Michigan helped them out. And I'm looking forward to them winning another MAC championship, baby. Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and pick this game. I'm going to pick Bowling Green for one reason, because they're favored by 11.5 points. Who are you picking, Mike?
I got Bowling Green. That quarterback is pretty good.
Matt Johnson?
Yeah. All right, Temple and Houston.
I'll take Houston.
Why are you taking Houston, Opie?
They're playing at home. Plus, I think their offense is going to be pretty good this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Temple on this one.
The Owls?
Temple Owls, dog.
Hoo-hoo.
Representing Owl Nation. Hashtag fucking Owl Nation. And that's owl, not owl, like I got hit in the elbow.
I'm taking Temple as well. I think they've played a better better schedule.
All right, Southern Miss at Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm taking Western Kentucky. Again, they're favored by 7.5. I didn't even know they were in Conference USA until about 45 seconds ago.
I'm going to go Western Kentucky. I actually read the backstory about the quarterback for Western Kentucky before they played. They played somebody at SEC earlier this year. Yeah, and it was a pretty cool story to see where he was from and all that. See like what he goes through. And some of these other weaker conferences, man, are producing some high caliber quarterbacks, high caliber players. So I'm looking forward to see what Western Kentucky's quarterback can do whenever he goes pro.
I'm picking Western Kentucky just because their mascot's the Hilltoppers. All right, what we got next here? We have the SEC, Florida, Alabama. I'm going to go ahead and take Alabama. I don't think much more need to be said about it. It's going to be the Derrick Henry show. He's probably going to run for 2.25.
Who are you taking?
Can I do a push on this one? Because I don't really want to pick them. I want Alabama to get beat so bad. If they could get beat by some fluke-ass play like they did against Auburn, that would make my day on Saturday.
I'm going to take Alabama as well. I think Florida, even getting wrecked last week, their offense is just kind of in shambles. They don't really have anywhere to go. You can rely on your defense for so much, but when your offense isn't scoring, just look at the players only subscriber franchise in Madden. When I'm on defense, my offense is garbage, and we are losing because of that. You can't just rely on your defense to win your games. You have to have some kind of offense, and Florida does not have that.
All right, what we got next?
Air Force, San Diego State, Mountain West. I'm going to go first. I'm going to take San Diego State. They're 8-0 in the Mountain West. They've dominated everybody in their conference, and they're 1-3 outside of conference. And this is an in-conference game, and they're going to keep on rolling.
Yeah, I'm actually taking San Diego State as well. They're playing pretty hot coming in this game. They've only given up 31 points the last 3 games, while they've scored a total of, let me add it up real quick. Nah, I'm just kidding, 127 points. So I'm taking San Diego State as well, and I think they win by 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to take Air Force. Don't they run that wing T, the triple option?
They have 1,600 Yeah, they do run that because they've got 3,800 rushing yards on the season.
I'm going to go in. I'm going to stick with Air Force on that. That's what I thought. San Diego State, they've looking pretty good late, but earlier in the year, they've lost to some teams that aren't so good. What is that? Southern Alabama or whatever. That team's not very good. Michigan State, Iowa.
I wish this one could end in a draw and that they give the conference championship game to Ohio State. I guess I'm going to pick Iowa just because this is the worst case scenario.
I thought I was going to be the surprise. I was actually going to take Iowa in this one also. Michigan State, their best win is against Ohio State. Both of those teams have not looked great all year long. Iowa's done enough to get by and win, and I think they're going to do it again, and they're going to be the surprise of the college playoff this year.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick Michigan State. Iowa, I try to look at what's who they played that's pretty good. And really, okay, I don't want to get into debate. Okay, we get it. Nobody's played any good teams all year. But Iowa really hasn't played any decent teams. They're, the Big Ten West, not very good. I just don't think they probably haven't faced a defense like Michigan State's or a quarterback like Connor Cook all year. That's why I'm taking Michigan State. And what we got next? The Dr. Pepper ACC Championship game.
North Carolina, Clemson.
All right, I'm picking Clemson. That Clemson defense hasn't gotten a lot of recognition, but I've seen them play. Wow, way back at, what was that, like week 5? And I said, Clemson's pretty legit. They're pretty good. And I still think that they're pretty good. That doesn't mean that they're not going to have close games. They had some of the year. And this one here is probably going to be a close game, too. I still think that defense and Deshaun Watson, they're going to do it up.
I am not taking North Carolina. I'm taking Clemson. I think North Carolina winning would be like worst case scenario. I think that we all want to see Clemson in the playoff, the 3 of us at least. I'm
surprisingly enough going to take North Carolina. Clemson, they've been winning, but they've been letting me down week in and week out. South Carolina almost came back to beat them. Like, really? South Carolina team that did beat North Carolina at the start of the year, but still, it's almost like they think they're too good to get beat, and it's gonna bite them in the butt. And I think North Carolina's gonna do it this year, or this week, not this year. Well, this year too. Yeah, this year too. Psh, this year and this week, make it happen.
Let's move on to the game of the week.
USC Stanford. I'm taking Stanford this week. I tell you what, I like McCaffrey and I like the running game. McCaffrey's one of the Heisman hopefuls, and I don't know, how great is USC's run defense? 'Cause that's what they're going to get. They're going to get a steady dose of McCaffrey.
Back in week 4 or 5, whenever it was, we picked our conference champions. I picked USC to beat Stanford. I don't think USC wins, but I'm going to pick them because that's what I picked earlier in the season. So I'm going to stick with it. I think Kessler has a big game.
I'm going USC also. I was looking back at my picks as well, what Opie was talking about. Week 6, I picked Stanford and UCLA winning that game. Earlier in the season, our Week 1 conference picks, I actually picked USC to be in the top 4. And the only way they're doing that is if they win a conference. And I still have Stanford getting beat by whoever they play, regardless of how I picked it Week 1 or Week 6. So, same reasoning as Oped. I picked them. I think they're riding high. They got their coach. I mean, they posted a video on ESPN earlier of the players reacting to him being named coach, like officially, and they're excited for him. They're going to come out and play for him, and they're going to come out and get a win, a W, a victory. You want to do top 6ish for Week 14 playoff committee?
I can go ahead and go with my top 4 or 6 or whatever.
Go ahead, dog. Do it. Do it up.
For the top 6, we will have Clemson number 1, surprise, surprise. Alabama number 2, and Oklahoma number 3, Iowa number 4, Michigan State number 5, and I'm going to slide North Carolina into number 6, followed by Ohio State.
Yeah, mine actually stays the same as last week's. It's Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma, Michigan State. I had Ohio State at 5, and then I'll put Iowa at 6. It's the first time I've had Iowa ranked all year.
All right, I'm going to do mine. Mine's shifting a little bit. I'm taking Clemson number 1, and then I'm moving Oklahoma to number 2. Alabama's just not putting up the games I want them to put up. And Oklahoma's beat the crap out of Oklahoma State last week. So I think Oklahoma's firing a little bit better than Alabama is right now. Iowa number 4, Michigan State number 5, and then I have Ohio State / Stanford. I mean, either one of those teams could be number 6. And neither one could be 7. I mean, they're both right there. I think I'd rather put Ohio State there because I think they're just a little bit better.
All right, let's do the stuff for the poll. All right, our poll for this week is going to be USC at Stanford. And just for Opie, Chef, do me a favor and pick who's going to win, USC or Stanford, and then put like an option C for Baylor. Go down there, click on the link, pick who you think is going to win. There was only 2 votes. Get your butts down there and vote, dang it.
Get wrecked, audience.
Chef puts all that work in there to put the poll in there, man. Show some respect.
Respect yourself, lest you find yourself wrecked.
Did we miss anything on the show?
I don't think so. What are we going to do for next week since there's really only one game? Are we still going to have a show next Monday? Or are we going to do it, talk about what happened with the final college playoff rankings are going into the bowl week?
We could just get on there and bullshit and do that if you want. I mean, I don't know if there'll be anything really to go up on YouTube. That's going to do it for this episode of Down the Sideline. We are going to have one more show next Monday, kind of talk about the playoff stuff, talk about what we think. And we will have another show the week before the college football games. That's the little playoff 4. We were also thinking of, in the meantime, because we enjoy the Twitch stuff so much, we won't have Down the Sideline, but it'll be something else where everybody gets together and we play games and do that kind of stuff on there and still chit-chat and stuff, just because it's fun. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't go into the YouTube videos. I know we keep saying that over and over again, but there's a lot of stuff in the chat and talking and joking around with the guys. We've done, 5 or 6 shows on Twitch now, right? We already have a bunch of inside jokes and stuff with the guys and everything that it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense, I guess, unless you're here. But either way, whether you're watching on Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching on both, we appreciate all that. And, it's fun. We have a hell of a lot of time. All of us are passionate about college football, so we appreciate all that. I know. But that's going to do it. We'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.
Later, guys.
Toodles.